Let's break it down. In the last couple of years, the US Supreme Court has been quietly and sometimes loudly shifting more power toward the presidency. From criminal immunity to control over federal agencies, some people say the court is building something close to an imperial presidency, while others say it's just restoring what the Constitution always intended. I'm Imran, a Middle East-based analyst who follows US politics, the courts, and global affairs. In about 3 minutes, let's walk through what's changing and why it matters. If you like clear, simple breakdowns like this, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. First, what has the Supreme Court actually been doing? Recently, the court's conservative majority ruled that a president has strong immunity from criminal prosecution for many official acts taken while in office. There's no protection for purely private behavior, but a huge part of presidential action now sits behind a legal shield. At the same time, the court is reconsidering the basic idea of independent agencies, regulators whose leaders were designed to be somewhat insulated from direct presidential control. Think of commissions that oversee trade, competition, or communications. If the court weakens the protections around them, it becomes much easier for a president to fire or pressure top officials. There are also cases testing how far presidents can go when they use emergency powers or national security laws to change trade rules, impose tariffs, or rewrite parts of economic policy with limited input from Congress. Second, what is the theory behind these moves? The common thread is something called the unitary executive idea. In simple words, it says, the Constitution puts all executive power in one person, the president, so that person must have ultimate control over the entire executive branch. If you believe that strongly, you are usually skeptical of agencies that operate too independently of the White House, limits on a president's ability to hire and fire senior officials, court decisions that second-guess a lot of presidential actions, especially in national security and emergencies. Supporters say this is about democratic accountability. Their argument is, if the president is responsible for executing the laws, voters need to know he actually controls the people doing that work. Otherwise, real power drifts to unelected bureaucrats that nobody voted for. Quick pause here. If this kind of breakdown helps you make sense of what's going on, please like the video and make sure you're subscribed. It really helps the channel grow and tells me to keep making more videos like this. Third, why are critics so worried? Critics see a different picture. They worry that strong immunity rules make it harder to prosecute a president who abuses power because almost anything can be described as an official act. Weakening independence for regulators makes it easier for a president to punish watchdogs, reward loyalists, and politicize agencies that were designed to be more neutral. Expanding emergency and national security powers lets presidents reshape trade and economic policy without serious debate in Congress. One justice warned in a recent dissent that these shifts change the relationship between the president and the people and risk putting the president above the law whenever he can claim he was acting in his official role. From this perspective, the danger isn't just one man or one party. The danger is building a legal toolbox that any future president can use to push the limits of power, with weaker guardrails from Congress, the courts, and independent institutions. So let's break it down one last time. These Supreme Court decisions are not small technical points. Together, they're reshaping how strong the American presidency really is, how easily a president can act, how tightly he can control the bureaucracy, and how difficult it is to hold him accountable after leaving office. Supporters say this is a long overdue correction that restores the Constitution's vision of a strong, decisive executive. Critics say it risks turning the president into something much closer to a monarch in practice, especially in moments of crisis when fear is high and oversight is weak. This is Imran Breaks It Down. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like the video, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the court is rightly strengthening the presidency or dangerously weakening checks and balances? Share this with a friend who follows US politics and the Supreme Court. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. We'll keep breaking it down together.